Hello everyone, this is Sarvahita, Assistant Professor of MCA Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am here to discuss a few topics of the subject MC 42045 Cybersecurity. First, let us discuss about information management and information classification and handling from Unit 2. First, let us see what is data. Data is defined as the facts or figures or the information that's stored in or used by a computer. An example of the data is information collected for a research paper. The quantities, characters, or the symbols on which the operations are performed by a computer, which may be stored and transmitted in the form of electrical signals and recorded on magnetic, optical, or mechanical recording media. Information is a stimulus that has meaning in some text for this receiver. So when information is entered into and stored in a computer, it is generally referred to as data. After processing, such as formatting and printing, output data can again be perceived as information. Information, shortened as info, is that which informs, that is that from which the data can be derived. At its most fundamental, information is any propagation of cause and effect within a system, and information is conveyed either as the content of a message or through direct or indirect observation of something. That which is perceived can be constructed as a message in its own right, and in that sense, information is always conveyed as the content of a message. Information can be encoded into various forms for transmission and interpretation. For example, the information may be encoded into signs and transmitted via signals. These are difficult times for all the organizations of all sizes and in all sectors. On the one hand, the customers have ever increasing expectations in terms of the speed and quality of service they expect, and on the other resources, they are continually under pressure. Information system. An information system is a system composed of people and computers that processes or interprets the information. The term is also sometimes used in more restricted senses to refer to only the software used to run a computerized database or to refer to only a computer system. Kinds of information systems. Organizational hierarchy, organizational levels, information systems. There are 4 kinds of information systems, that is operational level systems, knowledge level systems, management level systems, and strategic level systems. Operational level systems support the operational managers by monitoring the day-to-day elementary activities and transactions of the organization. Example, TPS. The knowledge level systems support the knowledge and data workers in designing the products, distributing the information, and coping with the paperwork in an organization. Example, KWS, OAS. Management level systems support the monitoring, controlling, decision making, and administrative activities of middle managers. Example, MIS, DSS. The strategic level systems, they support the long range planning activities of senior management. Example, ESS. Let us see about information security and records management. What is information security? It may be defined as a preservation of confidentiality, protecting the information from unauthorized access and disclosure integrity, safeguarding the authenticity, accuracy, and completeness of information and processing methods and availability, ensuring that information and associated services are available to the authorized users when required. Appropriate protection is required for all the forms of information, paper or electronic, to ensure the business continuity and efficiency and to avoid the breaches of statutory, regulatory or contractual obligations. Why this information security is needed? Organizations and their information systems face the security threats from a wide range of sources, including the computer assisted fraud, sabotage, vandalism, theft, fire or flood. The damage caused by breaches such as computer viruses and computer hacking is becoming increasingly common and sophisticated. The dependence on the information systems and services means that organizations are increasingly exposed and vulnerable to security threats. The security issues were not always the primary consideration in system design. What does information security have to do with managing records? If you are managing your records properly, then you should keep them secure. So this process involves an assessment of how secure it needs to be depending on the nature, content and importance of it. The Information Security Policy and the Guidance on the Data Protection Act should help to make this kind of assessment. The information that will need to be kept secure includes the personal information, example, student and staff information, that is information relating to teaching and research, particularly prior to publication, information relating to the school's commercial interest as a general rule. If the loss or unauthorized or editing of such information could cause damage to the school or stop you from doing your work, it may be needing the greater security. Storage of the records, where the records fit into the categories listed above, they will need stricter storage solutions. The paper records in these categories will need to be kept in the lockable cupboards or the drawers when not in use. This is particularly so when third parties have access to the offices where the records are stored. The Disability and the Well-being Office have a good system in place for their paper records. A clear desk policy is recommended where the files and other paper documentations are locked away from the ending of on the working day. So electronic records in these categories need to be kept password protected within the databases or stored in a shared drive that the relevant people have access to. The cloud services should not be used particularly for personal information or information relating to the school's commercial interests. Only put into the cloud what would you afford to lose. The portable storage devices should be encrypted or not used at all. The remote desktop allows the access to information on the school system and should be used whenever away from the school. A shortcut to the shared drive on your HSpace will allow the access within the remote desktop connection. Keep antivirus software up to date and any laptops and password protect any mobile devices. Email is not a secure system, so be aware of the confidentiality cannot be assured for any information sent via email. Tracking of records tracking ensures that only those users with appropriate permissions are performing the information tasks which they have been authorized. Tracking systems can range from a handwritten note to an automated transaction in an electronic document management system. All the tracking systems, however, have to meet the test of locating any record within the appropriate time period and ensuring that all movements are traceable. For example, the Exams and Ceremonies Office uses an Excel-based system for tracking the scripts for data protection requests, allowing them to know where the scripts are and when sent out and returned. Electronic records and authenticity. Electronic records are particularly vulnerable to the unauthorized or inadvertent change and loss. Security measures need to include the digital signatures to protect the authenticity and integrity of electronic documents, and scanning and storing the electronic records and digitized documents according to the laws, legal admissibility and evidential weight of the information stored electronically to ensure their authenticity in the event of an illegal challenge. Encryption of portable storage media, classification of the information for security purposes, and classification of the records in a shorthand way for determining how this information is to be handled and protected. Thank you.